I want y'all to hear some commentary that took place on Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski this morning.
It really is. When people ask where Trump came from, so much of it has to do with the fact that, and we both say this as white Southerners, and people can skewer us all they want to, but we grew up in a culture where there were 3 TV networks.
Yeah.
They were far left of center. There was the New York Times. There was the Washington Post. Left of center. You had 3 channels that you could watch. You had stuff coming out of Hollywood. That everything seemed, at least to those of us in the South, to be mocking of people like us. When Sarah Palin was elected, was vice president, when she'd been selected as McCain's vice president, even Saturday Night Live made fun of people that were going out to cover her in Alaska. And there was this big divide, and I apologize, it's going to take a little while for me to get to where I'm going here. So there has been for a generation, for 40, 50 years, this feeling that for a lot of people that the elites have looked down on them, have mocked their faith, have mocked their beliefs, have mocked their way of life. And if you ever say that, they go, oh, you're just racist, you're just bigots. No, it's a little more subtle than that. And I will say this weekend, I went to see some friends from high school, and when people say, well, what can we do? I sat and talked to them. Most of them, yeah, we love each other, but a lot of them were big Donald Trump fans and would have fit really nicely in that group. Yes, I had one come up and yell at me and say, what happened to you? I said, and showed me a picture of me holding a Reagan sign in 80. And I said, well, that guy is this guy. I'm really a boring guy. I'm saying pretty much the same thing I said back then, but the party and the world shifted. But then this person came up to me later and apologized, hugged me, and said, let's just talk about other things. We're good. And I said, listen, as you don't understand me, I don't understand you. The one thing I just want you to understand is we both have the same goal. We both love America, and we both think America's under siege. Let's figure out how to get there. I had another guy who came up to me talking about his faith. And because he led with his faith, he said, you know what, I'm a big Trump supporter. My wife and I really think he's great. But I want you to know, Joe, we're proud of you. We pray for you every night. And we just have these differences. But we know that the important things to you are the important things to us. Hugged each other, sat down, and we all talked for a while. And David, I know you have these experiences all the time. We've got to figure out a way to sit down and talk and pray for those who don't love us, as Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount. Pray for those who persecute you. If you love only those who love you, what good are you doing? Even the heathen do that. And I know that's an awful lot for a morning cable show, but instead of us just wringing our hands and banging our heads against the wall, actually, the type of love Jesus talks about in the Sermon on the Mount, that's a pretty good place to start. I know it's hard for people to do in this environment, but I don't see another way forward.
What Joe Scarborough is describing, this kumbaya moment, it doesn't include black people. This kumbaya moment that he's describing is for white people. There's no way that I can sit down and have a conversation with people that are trying to obliterate me. There is no way that I can sit down and have a conversation with people that are trying to remove my rights as an American citizen. There's no way that I can sit down with people that view me as 3/5 of a person, with people who want to go back to a time where they could treat me as 3/5 of a person. There's no way that black people can sit down with people with those types of thoughts and ideologies. There's no way that we could do it. Those type of people we have to keep away from us while keeping our eye on them and doing everything that we can to stop them from doing what it is that they're trying to do. Why? Simply because our lives depend on it.